Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sara with Love Holistic Living, and I'm an intuitive health and life coach who helps women get to the root cause of their digestive issues and weight gain through a mind, body, soul transformation. Welcome. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 10 tips to create a healthy lifestyle. Okay, what you need to know in order to start this health journey that you so deeply want and need. And these are actually very simple and actionable steps that you can integrate today if you start to put this into action. Okay, well, one thing that I want you to know is maybe you haven't picked this up, but I was born and raised in Italy. So I grew up with a very different, I would say, lifestyle than the American lifestyle. And I'm so deeply grateful that I got to experience that in my life, because that's part of who I am and that's part of what I teach. And I grew up with this, I would say, Mediterranean lifestyle and mindset, and it's truly life-changing when you think about it. And these are the steps that you actually need to know in order for you to adjust your lifestyle. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first of all, the first tip is actually cutting out, or the majority, let's say, of processed foods. And I am not like extreme in any means, but I would say, okay, look at how you're eating today and really try to understand what is that is absolutely like processed. Okay, for example, do you go to get fast foods like once a week or twice a week or more often? Do you eat out a lot? How many times a week? Like, what is that you're getting? And so part of cutting out of the processed food, for me at least, is kind of introducing more home cooked meals. And if you don't have time, you can always meal prep on a Sunday, and it will take you like 2 to 3 hours, okay? But it's truly like understanding, okay, I can make a very simple meal. And I'm not considering processed food like a pasta dish, okay, guys? Like, processed is literally everything that comes in a package that is already pre-made, that is full of additives and preservatives and all of those things, like the snacks and the chips. And when you go and eat like fried and fast foods all the time, like, that's highly processed. That's what I'm highly referring to, okay? It's not the homemade pasta dish that you make at home, like with lots of love and like organic vegetables. That's another level, okay? So that's my first tip. The second one is, and this is what I've learned from my culture, the love for meal times. So understanding that having at least 3 consistent meal times of the day not only helps your metabolism to stay regular, and so that allows you to burn like more calories instead of like having an irregular meal times or continuing to fast. Okay, so that's actually not what we want. The body like thrives on a structured routine. So having 3 meals times, it's absolutely important for the metabolism, but also to get off of that fight or flight state when you like take the time to eat and to calm down from that high stress that you're under every single day. It's important to kind of like for digestion and to spend time either with yourself, or if you can, if you have lunch with a friend or with your family, that's great. Okay, so make sure that you treat like meal times kind of like as an important part of your day. And how we view it as Italians is their rituals. Okay, so that's step number 2, or tip number 2. Let's go to tip number 3, is having like vegetables, like a portion of vegetables during lunch and dinner. Obviously, like, Italians don't have a savory breakfast, so we don't have like veggies in the morning. But if you can have and introduce like half of a cup or a cup of vegetables at each meal, that is amazing. Okay, because vegetables allow you to continue to kind of cleanse and maintain your colon in a good place, okay, and to have regular bowel movements. And that's what we want in order ultimately to maintain your weight. That's what you want to see. You want to see a great digestive system and regular bowel movements and healthy bowel movements. All right. Tip number 4 is to really introduce some fresh seasonal fruit in your diet. And I know that maybe it doesn't look that fancy if you just open up a banana right now and you start eating it, but think about all of the great vitamins that fruit contain. And the best time you can introduce fruit in your day is in between meals. That's better because fruit actually gets metabolized in a very faster than all of the other nutrients. So for example, if you eat fruit at the end of the meal, let's just say that you have first dish like rice with chicken and veggies, and then you have fruit at the end, what your digestive system does is that it stops to metabolize the fruit first, and then it goes back to metabolize all of like the meal that you ate, the carbs and the protein and the veggies. But in the meantime, it needed to put the digestive system on pause, and that creates bloatedness. So I recommend eating fresh fruit in between meals if you can, but super important to maintain this healthy lifestyle or create a healthy lifestyle. All right, tip number 5 is super important, is meditation and or journaling. And that is a practice that changed my life in the past 2.5 years when I finally started to integrate it every day, because it grounds your energy. So it really helps for the fight or flight reaction that we are all living under, and like kind of to ground your energy, and it sets the tone for the day so that you can be more balanced. It helps you to honestly with cravings, and because when your energy is so grounded, then you're less likely to be pulled in different directions, even with food under stress. So if you can introduce like a 10 minutes meditation in the morning and maybe some 5 minutes journaling, that would be awesome in order for you to create this healthy lifestyle. All right, tip number 5 is introducing breakfast, or making sure that you have breakfast at the beginning of the day is, I would say, kind of essential, because it really kicks in the metabolism. It tells your body, look, I'm getting some like nutrients, and it's kind of like throwing a little bit of wood on a fire. Think about a fire. And so it just gives that kick in the morning that you need in order to like make sure that the digestive system is active throughout the day. So yes, you can fast sometimes, and I do fast naturally. If, for example, I had a very heavy dinner and I haven't metabolized that dinner, then I make sure, I just listen to my body and I fast for a couple of hours until my body's ready to receive food. But I don't follow like a structured plan of intermittent fasting. I just follow what my body's telling me, and I would say 90% of the time I'm having breakfast. Okay, I'm having that initial energy in my body to start the day. All right, tip number 6 is to introduce what I call intuitive exercise. Okay, so intuitive exercise or workouts, it's pretty much understanding what makes you feel alive and well. What is that practice that feeds your soul? And for example, I'm not a gym person. I've never been. So I either need to do something that I truly love to go to, like a class. I need to have fun and it needs to like literally nourish my soul. Or what I do love for myself is to go hiking. I can go hiking or for a walk like every single day. No big deal. So whatever you can do to connect with yourself, to get some movements. And if you can get both between the movement and nature, so connecting with nature is super important in order for you to like, if you want to become more intuitive during this lifestyle change that you're on, I do recommend connecting with nature every single day. It's a balancing practice for the energetic body. So if you can combine both of them, great. If not, if you can go for a walk in nature, later in the day after your workouts, then that's always a nice practice. Tip number 7 is what I call the me time, which means we all have busy lives, whether you have kids or a family or spouse or work, or pets. And it is important for everyone to get that me alone time to connect with yourself. Again, I'm a busy mom, and honestly, I can tell you that being a busy mom, like sometimes it's like, oh my God, I just want to like turn on Netflix and just binge on some TV shows to forget about my day, right? Because maybe you're so stressed out between like kids and work. But what I do need at the end of the day is to connect with myself for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to make sure that I'm listening to my emotions. And I do every day, like I connect with my spirit guides, like I have an intuitive practice that I follow. So for me, that's very important, and I'm not at peace until I do that. But me time can be like, look, take 20 minutes to get a bath in, take 20 minutes to after the kids go to bed or after you're done with work, to do something to reconnect. Maybe that could be an extra journaling, maybe that could be like dancing or listening to music while walking on the beach, or for me, late at night is bath times and candlelight and all of this beautiful rituals that a woman should have. Okay, so tip number 8, let's move on forward with tip number 8, which is rest. Like the importance of having a good night's sleep is crucial, and not just to create this healthy lifestyle, but to manage stress and to manage your weight. You need to make sure that you're sleeping. I can't tell you how many times I help women with their diet, and then I redirect them to you're not getting enough sleep, and that is putting your body into a major like stress response, right? So what I recommend is for everyone is that I go to bed like around 10 p.m. and it's in the Ayurvedic practice very important to turn off the lights like around 10 or 9:45 p.m. at night and just try to get to sleep by 10 p.m. because is going to regenerate the cells during that REM cycle that you're entering. And so it's super, super important that we all regenerate and nourish our body while sleeping. Okay, that's when the transformation and the healing at a cellular level happens. So make sure that you get that rest in. Tip number 9 is what I shared with you before, but I want to make sure that we go over is journaling. Journaling is practical and useful exercise, and you can call it gratitude journal, you can call it bragging journal. So making sure that you have this 5 to 10 minutes to journal either your thoughts or literally a gratitude journal where you focus on the positive of your life, that will help you to create and celebrate all of the small wins that are part of a healthy lifestyle journey. Okay, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey you're on, and the importance of you showing up for yourself. The last tip is making sure that you are drinking enough water. Now, I work with the different body types, and so I don't believe that there is a certain amount of water for everyone, like the same amount of water for every body type. Like there are certain body types that literally retain water and they have so much water in them, they don't need extra water. And some of the body types that I work with, they need a lot more fluids. And so making sure that, I would say like, okay, the general rule is making sure that you drink like 8 cups of water a day, and then you can go up, more, or sometimes it could be less, but that's okay. Just making sure that overall you're seeking balance with your water intake, and that you're not just getting like that fluid intake from like sugary beverages or coffee, because that's what I've noticed too. Like people are like, I'm drinking so much, but I drink like 8 cups of coffee a day, and I'm like, well, not water. Okay, water helps us to cleanse and clear all of the toxins out of the body. So yeah, having water like next to you all the time is crucial. And that's it for today. We have gone through so many tips that I hope you did enjoy this video. And if you did, subscribe so that you do not miss anything, and leave a comment. I would appreciate to see, what are your thoughts and what you need to work on. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.